Happy freaking New Year. It's 2025. Let's talk some more basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're here to talk some basketball. That's right, January 1st, 2025. And there are still no flying cars. I could have swore there's going to be flying cars by now. But either way, there is some big college football games on January 1st. I just got to say, go Buckeyes. That's right. I'm an Ohio State fan. Hopefully they take it to Oregon. That's for sure. But yesterday was a 3-2 profitable day. It should have been more, but either way, still we'll take a profitable day to end the year. And we got some things to talk about before we get into everything today. The first one is I'm giving one free month of Outlier to 3 people. As you guys know from the video yesterday, let's pull up the 3 winners. There they are. Congrats to at Sterling Young 7026, at James Radford Z3M, and at Demeanor TV. You guys have won one free month. Reach out to me via email, X, Discord. That would probably be the easiest way, and we'll hook you up with that one free month of Outlier. Thank you for all the comments. Ton of nice comments. I appreciate it. It's been another fun year on the channel with this awesome community. So, speaking of Outlier, any graphics you see in this video or future videos are from that app. It is one of the best out there on the market, like I tell you every day. If you want to try it out, click the link below. You get a 7-day free trial. Now, the name that player answer, it was Carlos Boozer. You guys, we had about 14 people get it right. So let's just pull that up real quick. There they are. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you guys are the ones that got it right. It's impressive. I honestly don't think I would have got that one right. That's for sure. But you guys picked it right. It was Mr. Carlos Boozer. Had a few Luol Dangs, which, again, I haven't heard that name in a while. So that's what we got for Name That Player. Thank you guys for participating. It's a lot of fun doing that every day. So, but speaking of every day, we're not doing it today. It's time for some dad jokes. I got 2 New Year's dad jokes for you because it's been a while. So here we go. Why should you stand on just your left foot during New Year's Eve countdown? So you start the new year on the right foot. Yep, pretty simple. What happened to the man who shoplifted a calendar on New Year's Eve? He got 12 months. That's what we got for you. In this video, we are going to recap yesterday. Like I said, a 3-2 day. And then it's Wednesday, so we're going to talk defenses versus the small forward position, as well as the G's of threes. That's right, talk hot shooters from beyond the arc, and then our best bets, and finish it with the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to continue to help this channel to grow. You guys are incredible. I appreciate you guys every single day. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Come join this awesome community. Again, the Discord link is below, completely free. Come talk sports with us every single day. But let's get into it, and that means it's recap time. All right, here it is, a small winning day, 3-2. The first one of the easiest under wins of the year, under 7.5 assists. They lost by 152, and he had like 2 or 3 dimes. Mason Plumlee under 17.5 PRs. This one sucked. Let's face it. He had like 1 or 2 at halftime. I thought, this is over. Let's cash it. And he ends with 20 or 19 or 20. He got 3 PRs in the last 30 seconds of the game. Played way more in the fourth quarter than I thought he would, even though he's getting burnt left and right by Jaren Jackson Jr. But either way, we take the loss. Austin Reeves over 9.5 rebounds plus assists. One of the easiest winners of the day. Without D'Angelo Russell, this is something to keep an eye on. He had a triple-double, I believe. So it was pretty impressive. And then Hartenstein double-double. That was on the other side, on the lucky side of it. He had a rebound in the last minute of the game, I think, to get his 10th rebound and cash the double-double. Gotta love it. And then Giannis over 35.5 PAs. This is unbelievable, guys. I think he had 6 PAs at halftime. He looked lost. He looked sick, like he shouldn't even be playing anymore. And then all of a sudden, I checked my phone later, and he was going bonkers. All of that to say, he ends on 35, and we get hooked. Brutal. Missed 5 free throws. Otherwise, we're sitting, if he missed just 4 free throws, we're sitting on a 4-1 day. But that's basketball betting. These lines can be really sharp sometimes. So the under tracker on player props, 36-20 this year. Overall record 123 and 101, up about 11 units on the season. So that's the recap for Tuesday. And now let's talk the small forward position. All right, we start out with the defenses giving up the most points to the small forward position. And if you're new to the channel, we do a new position every day of the week, every single week. If it's in green, that team or player is playing today. And we got a few matchups here. Pelicans facing Zach LaVine, 22 points per game. Pelicans giving up 25. Zach LaVine, I think, is day-to-day right now. But Mavericks are facing Dylan Brooks of the Rockets, 17.5 points per game. Mavericks, 24.4 giving up. And then the Raptors, 24, facing Cam Johnson of the Nets. And the Sixers facing DeMar DeRozan, who's averaging 17.6, and the Lakers are giving up 23 points per game. Again, this is in the last 30 days to the small forward position. So take a screenshot. Let's move over to the rebounds now. And this is kind of weird because we got the same matchup, obviously, because it's two Washington Wizards. I don't know if Koulibaly is actually a small forward. Champagne's been playing some small forward too. So, I'll give you both and you guys decide what you think. If you're a Wizards fan, you might know a little bit more detail, exactly where they play. But again, it's NBA is like positionless sometimes. So the small forwards can be a little tricky. But the Bulls are giving up the most rebounds. It's not even close. How about 10.3? The Wizards are next at 8.7. Champagne, 8.1 rebounds. Koulibaly, 6.1 rebounds. So good matchup there. And then let's move over to the assists. We only got one matchup. The Wizards facing Zach LaVine, 4.7 assists. Wizards giving up 5.2. And there's all the rest of the players with Josh Hart leading the way with 5.5 dimes as a small forward. So that's what we got for any overs. Now let's check out the toughest small forward matchups of the day. If it's in green, that means they're playing today. Just can't help you out. But the Magic, obviously, an elite defense, giving up the fewest points per game to the shooting guard position, along with the Celtics, Thunder, and how about the Wizards? That's right. And then Blazers, Knicks, Pelicans, Magic, Heat, and Nuggets are the top six there, and fewest rebounds allowed to the shooting guard position. And then fewest assists, Kings, 76ers, T-Wolves, Suns, Cavs, so on and so on. As you can see down there on the bottom as well, the Knicks and the Pelicans are tied at 3.8. So that's what we got for all the info for that small forward position. And now let's talk the G's of threes. All right, if you're new to the channel, we do this every single Wednesday. We talk the hottest shooters from downtown. You have to have shot 40 or more three-point attempts and shoot 40% or better in the last 8 games to make this list. And then on the right side of the defense is giving up the highest three-point percentage to their opponent in the last 8 games, just to kind of help you out maybe with some matchups and props and things like that. So Malik Beasley's 46.5%, taking the most at 86 attempts. If they played under 8 games, I will put it down there. Like Jordan Poole, 6 games played, Trae Young, 7 games, so on and so on. But we have a lot of obviously good shooters here. Nobody crazy high or near 50% on this page. DiVincenzo been really coming on down there for the T-Wolves, even though he just had a bad game yesterday. And then Mikal Bridges, who's been scoring pretty dang well. Pritchard's up here almost all year long. But that's page 1. Hopefully this can kind of help you out. And again, Maxi's up there, 34 for 78. He's someone who's been scoring a ton as well. And no Embiid for today is in that game, and McCain's out as well. So this is page 1. Take a screenshot. Now let's check out page 2. And we got 2 guys in green. That means they are the leaders in the clubhouse, both shooting 50% from deep. DeAndre Hunter's having one heck of a season, and it's kind of going under the radar, honestly. 24 for 48, though, from deep in the last 8 games, 50%. Michael Porter Jr., 50% as well for the Denver Chicken Nuggets. And then Jamal Murray, 7 games played. Bradley Beal, 6, and I think he just left with another injury as well. But there's some other guys. Royce O'Neal's been up here a lot. Jeremy Grant shooting 45.8%. Sexton, Jokic, a lot of the same guys. Siakam shooting the ball really well, 47.7% as well. But there's the defenses matched up on the right side as well. Take a screenshot. Hopefully these can kind of help you guys out, get some 3-point props, point props, whatever it is. Hopefully it helps you get some winners. But that's all we got for the research help. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to Denver, Colorado, where the Nuggets host the Atlanta Hawks. Nuggets -5. Total in this one is 246. Best bet of this game, Trae Young over 11.5 assists at -125 on FanDuel. This is a 1-unit play. I'm coming out strong here with 2 1-unit plays. But Trae is as good as it gets when it comes to dimes. You guys know that. On the season, averaging 12.1 assists per game on 21 potential assists per game. Now, when he plays 33 or more minutes in a game, he's averaging 13 dimes on 23 potential assists. And he's averaging 36 minutes per game. So as long as it's a competitive game, we're going to get 33 to 36 minutes in this one out of him. Last 3 games, been on a roll. 16, 13, and 15 dimes on 27, 22, and 21 potentials. Just an absolute assist machine. And you know what? When you have weapons that are playing well, like Jalen Johnson, DeAndre Hunter, we've talked about the pick and roll with Clint Capella gives him a few assists per game as well. He is just the engine that runs this offense, as you guys know. And the matchup here, the Nuggets are surprisingly one of the fastest teams in the NBA now. It's leading to more possessions. It's also a big reason why the Nuggets are the #1 over team in the NBA. These are 2 teams in the top 5 in pace right now. So it's a great matchup for Trae here. Trae's already faced him. Now, if you look at what he did last game, he had 10 dimes. You think, well, he didn't make it. Why are you doing that? It was on 27 potential assists, an absolute insane number. One of the unluckiest assist games he's had all season long. 10 of 27. You assume they're going to get at least around 50%. Trae Young's a 50 to 60% guy of his potential assists, so just didn't get any help from his teammates. It didn't help that Jalen Johnson was also out that game. But in the last 30 days, also, Nuggets have given up the 10th most assists to the point guard position. So it's a great matchup, up and down, fast paced, high total game. I love it. The volume should be through the roof in this one. Just need some teammates to knock it down. Honestly, I think we just need an average night for his assists and potential assists, and he can cash this. So give me Trey over 11.5 dimes as my first best bet. All right, this second one takes us out to New York City, where the Knickerbockers host the Utah Jazz. Knicks minus 13. Total in this game, 230.5. I got a player prop and I got an under. Give me Colin Sexton under 4.5 assists at minus 130 on DK, and it was also on ESPN Bet. Another 1 unit play here. So we've cashed his under assist before. It's been a while, honestly, when they had it at 6.5 assists. But the big news here, Jordan Clarkson and Keontae George are both back in the lineup. That's going to be huge. With those two playing, Sexton is under this 4.5 line in 13 of 16 games, as you can see right here by this screenshot from Outlier. He's averaging 3.25 assists per game on only 6.7 potential assists per game in those 16 games. 6.7 is not a lot of potential assists if you need a guy to get 5 to go over. It's pretty common sense here, obviously, because George has the ball in his hands as well as Clarkson, so that's why he gets less usage and all that. But he becomes a little bit more of a scorer. But the matchup here, the Knicks are allowing the 10th fewest assists per game to the shooting guard position. It's a position he plays a lot with Keontae George back. And Sexton has faced the Knicks team already this season. And it's with Clarkson and George. I can't talk right now, guys. It's getting late. It's the end of 2024. It's been a long year. But with Clarkson and George, he already played this Knicks team, and he ended up getting 6 dimes. That's right. 5 dimes on 6 potential assists. So he barely went over. It's one of the only 3 games he went over. But guys, when you get 5 assists on 6 potentials, you just chalk that up to a really lucky game. He's not a guy who gets 5/6 of his potential assists. So could he have another lucky game where guys hit shots every pass he makes? Absolutely. It's NBA. It can happen one night, but I got to take my chances that it's much more likely to happen. If he hits his average, which is around these 6 potential assists, he's going to get 4 or less. That's just how it usually goes. So, of course, we got to end it with a blowout, guys. It's a 13-point game here, or spread. You got to assume they're going to get blown out on the road. They play better at home, but they're in New York now. I know Jalen Brunson is questionable, but either way, this Knicks team should just absolutely put a beat down on them. So, and also Sexton's a guy, in the Utah Jazz in general are guys that have inconsistent minutes. In the last 5 games with George and Clarkson on the floor, he's played 38, 23, 23, 35, 28 minutes. So it's all over the place. Obviously, we hope for him to get in the 20s on minutes wise, but either way, I just don't think the potentials are there. He's not a guy who's just looking to create and have a ton of dimes when he have George and Clarkson on the court as well. So give me a ton of sexy under 4.5 dimes as my second and final best bet for the video. Again, any added plays will be in the pinned comments below on X and on Discord, but we got 2 1-unit bangers today. Let's get some winners. Before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. There it is. Give me Trae Young over 11.5 dimes at minus 125 for a unit, and Colin Sexton under 4.5 dimes, minus 130 for another unit play. That's right. We're going with 2 assist plays. Let's get some winners today. Again, thank you guys for the support all year long. Let's start 2025 out on the right foot with a winning day. So hit that like button if you haven't already as well. But hope everyone has a great Wednesday, and we'll talk to you soon.